Hi there! Today I have a little update regarding my previously uploaded video from last week where I made a review of the Xian Xian Princess doll that is available on AliExpress, which is nothing else than a clone doll of a fashion royalty Barbie mix in my opinion. And since there's so many misleading information about these dolls, I decided to do an update where you can see the similarities, especially of the body from the doll, compared to a fashion royalty new face body 3.0 and the long nails hand option from fashion royalty, or better said Integrity Toys, compared with the hands of this clone or bootleg doll. I have to say I really hope that someone else would do a comparison like this, because I do not own the new face body, but I guess in the doll community doll nudity is a big thing. Many people don't like to photograph their dolls nude, but honestly, if you want to compare a body, you cannot do it with clothes on, in my opinion, especially when it comes to a bootleg comparison like this one here. But in case you are very sensitive about doll nudity, this video is simply not for you. Well, I found on the Integrity Toys site a lot of pictures from the new face bodies, and the latest one, the 3.01 without the hip joint, looks more or less, in my opinion, exactly the same as this bootleg doll here, with only minor alterations. Here you can see both bodies from the front. The left picture is my own picture, the one on the right is from the Integrity Toys site. To me, there are four minor differences. First is the kneecap. The knee joint is a little bit more round on the front, looking at the bootleg in comparison with the Integrity Toy body. Second would be that the waist of the Integrity Toy body is a little bit more cinched than the one of the bootleg body. And also the belly button is a bit more detailed on the original Fashion Royalty or Integrity Toy body. Looking at the bust, I think the major difference are the nipple details, because the bootleg doll does not have any, but the original doll does have some details. The shape of the arms are exactly the same, and also the collarbones, in my opinion, are spot on the same details on both bodies. Here are the dolls from the side. My angle is not exactly the same as the one for the Integrity doll, but I still think that the similarities are shown pretty well. And honestly, to me, there is not a lot of a difference. Maybe the knees, as I said, they are a little bit more round on the bootleg, and of course the breast detail, but especially the shape of the feet and the shape of the belly is exactly the same on both sides. Also the shape of the neck and the lower back. Also the fitting of the bust and the upper arm, or both parts of the arm, look exactly the same to me. The only difference that I can see is the connection between the upper leg and the hip. The original Fashion Royalty body has some gapping around the hip joint, but the bootleg does not have this gap. And when we look at the back of these two dolls, we can see why. The bootleg company added a little bit of plastic around the butt. Funny to see that, because the rest is exactly the same. The shape of the butt cheeks, or the shape of the upper legs, even the cutout, if you would like to call it that way, it is exactly the same on both dolls. Again, only the knees do have really a big difference. Maybe that's because they have chosen to use a different material for the lower leg parts, and this way it might have a bit more stability. Not sure. Looking at the bust, both sides look pretty much the same to me. Of course, we do have a color difference between the two models, and of course the lighting is also different, but still you can see the overall shape is exactly the same. Even the indents of the shoulder are identical. For a better comparison, I removed head and hands of the doll, and the hands here are simply exactly the same mold as the Fashion Royalty original ones. The only difference is that the nails are a little bit shorter, and of course the details might not be as sharp as with the original one, but maybe that's because of the material. I do not have an original fashion royalty hand, but I guess it is also a little bit more on the harder side, and these hands here are totally wobbly, and therefore it might be a little bit harder to see the details, but you can see how the fingers are placed and the overall look of the hand, even the inner side of the hands. It is a one-on-one copy with a little bit less detail. But at least they changed the pack that goes into the arm of the doll, which is definitely a relief, because in case you would like to buy integrity doll hands, it is easier to say this is the copy and not the original, so you cannot be tricked on that. Of course, there's also a lot of flashing around the bootleg hands, but that could be removed if you want to do that. Now I would like to talk about the manufacturer of this doll. You were able to see everything that is important on the package of the doll in my last video. Here it is again. I will simply call it Xian Company because the full name is such a torture for me, so I will not use it, but of course you can see the full name and you can do your research on your own if you like to do that. So if you type in Google the name of the manufacturer for the Xian Company, you will directly come to the Alibaba shop from them, and in case you look through the offerings of this company, I guess you will see pretty fast what this company is all about. It simply makes cheap clothing and bootlegs. For example, here we do have this earlier fashionistas body when they did have articulation. They are sold on AliExpress for I don't know how long, many years I would say, and I guess every one of you have seen them before. Of course, they also copy Barbie clothing, as you can see here on this picture. But they do also offer a very interesting new feature. Basically, you can go there or give them some information about your face or your body maybe, and they do a customized doll of you. That is very interesting because we do have examples for that. The first example would be for this doll here. There is an influencer called Isma, and she says that this doll is made completely after her likeness, not even only the head, of course also the body. I'm pretty sure that Integrity Toys would have a different opinion about that, but you have seen the pictures yourself, and it is up to you if you would like to believe this person or not. When I look at the 3D modeling that is shown for this doll head or this person, I cannot see a lot of similarities, but as I said, this is totally up to you if you would like to believe it. But I have another very pretty example for you that is definitely a complete own design after a living person. I honestly don't want to say the name because I simply have no clue how to pronounce it. I googled the singer and it seems that she is an Irish singer. I think the head itself does have some similarities, but hey, let's have a look on the body of this doll. Can you see some similarities with maybe other doll company bodies? I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure it is a completely original design and it is made after the likeness of the singer, but I don't know. To me it looks a little bit like Rainbow High, but you can ask MGA, maybe they have made their doll body after the likeness of the singer. I don't know, maybe it is a case. But to be fair, I have absolutely no clue if the singer is even aware of this doll, if the person gave its okay for it, so I found it simply hilarious and wanted to share it with you. But this Instagram influencer called Isma is very serious about her doll. She definitely says that this is her doll, that the company is allowed to sell copies from it under their name and whatnot, and that she is even the creator of the mold for body and head. I don't know, because there is a language barrier between us, because I'm not a native English speaker and she also is not a native English speaker, therefore I don't know what she wants. basically she's a very talkative person, but she does not have a lot to say. Especially not when it comes to the fact that this doll, this Xian Xian Princess doll, is not only sold by her and the Henan company, it is also sold by a company called Ella Superstar, which is located in Switzerland. I'm not quite sure if this is really a company or more like a mailbox company, because they have sold dolls before, and also these dolls do not look original to me. When you go to the site, you can see that they sell exactly the same dolls and also nude, but with different boxes. They call the line Ivory dolls. And it's funny to see that their dolls are only limited to 500 units. You can only buy 500 dolls of each version. That's funny, right? Because on the Alibaba site you can buy hundreds and even thousands of it. You can buy them on AliExpress, and of course from this influencer company or brand you can also buy them. So I have a little guess why they are able to say they only sell 500 units. Because there's a very tiny difference between these dolls and all the other dolls. These here do have polished toenails and polished fingernails. I guess that's how they tell you that they are painted. At the moment these dolls are not listed for sale, which is sad because I really wanted to know how high the price for these dolls is in Switzerland, but they sell clothing for these dolls and they even have a YouTube channel and Instagram, but I will not link this in the description. You will have to find it yourself if you're really interested. In case I'm correct with my research, the Instagram model began to show the final product at the end of March, and this Switzerland company started to show the dolls in early April, so not much after that. I don't know what to think about all of that. In my opinion, it's simply a good example for dropshipping. I know it is not illegal in most of the countries, but usually it is illegal when it comes to a counterfeit product of some sort. And in my opinion, this here is a counterfeit product, but you as a customer or you as person or collector in general have to decide if you think this is an original item simply sold by different sellers. Even that is not really realistic, so okay, come on. I think it is simply a counterfeit product. I'm pretty sure that people are ripped off with this product, and I'm very sorry for that, to be honest. If you are interested in this doll or this doll line, you simply can buy it on AliExpress. Sometimes the links do not work for everyone. I included some links in my last video, but if you're searching for these dolls, you can simply type in European supermodel doll 32 centimeters, and there is a good chance that these dolls will show up. They usually cost between $16 and $20, but I even have heard that people even pay less than that, and for that price the doll is fine. Of course, it remains to be a bootleg doll, and that's the only thing I wanted to show you, so you as customer know what you are buying. That's the only thing that is important in my opinion, because I hate the fact that still today people buy something on AliExpress for a very low price and they think that they do have the original item. And I totally understand the confusion, because AliExpress is not very simple to understand. There are original items, there are counterfeit items, there's simply a bit of everything on this website, and you basically have to figure out what you would like to try and what not. And maybe this channel here will help you to find a few nice pieces and maybe less nice pieces, as you wish, I would say. But I think we are at the end of the video. There's not much more to say about it. I really hope this one here is not my last video for the week, because I really would like to do something that I really like. So I'm working on an unboxing and restyling, and you probably will see it on Sunday. So until then, thank you so much for your time. I really hope you have a good day. Bye!